Hello, everyone. Good evening. A heartfelt welcome to all of you joining us today for what promises to be a fascinating conversation on the future of work with AI, empowering human potential through collaboration and innovation. I'm Prashanti Sudhakar, your host for this session, and it's a pleasure to have you all here with us today. At Education Nest, we are passionate about empowering professionals with the knowledge and skills they need to thrive in today's ever evolving world. Let's make the most of our time together. Get ready for an engaging and thought provoking discussion. Let's get started. And in today's webinar, our guest will enlighten us into one of the most lucrative topics for 2025, the future of work with AI, empowering human potential through collaboration and innovation. The landscape of work is undergoing a transformative shift driven by rapid advancement of artificial intelligence technologies. As we navigate this new era, it becomes increasingly clear that the future of work is not about replacing humans, but rather about empowering human potential through collaboration and innovation. AI has the potential to augment our skills, streamline processes, and enhance decision making, allowing us to focus on creative and strategic endeavors that require a uniquely human touch. In this context, exploring how AI can foster a synergetic relationship between humans and machines is essential. By leveraging AI as a partner rather than a competitor, organizations can unlock new levels of productivity and innovations, ultimately reshaping the way we work and collaborate. Today's webinar shall set the stage for a deeper dive into how AI can drive positive change in the workplace, creating opportunities for growth, creativity, and a more equitable future for all. And to help us gain some incredible insights and practical strategies, we have a very special guest with us today, Ruby Chakravarti, who will be sharing insights and expertise that will definitely help you expand your knowledge and skills. We are delighted to welcome Ms. Ruby Chakravarti as the distinguished speaker for today's highly anticipated webinar. With over 15 years of extensive experience in realms of marketing and branding, Ruby has established herself as a senior content writer of remarkable caliber. She possesses a prestigious postgraduate program in management, specializing in marketing and human resources, which complements her refined skill set. Ruby's wealth of expertise empowers her to craft captivating content that not only engages but also inspires individuals on their unique career journeys. Known for her unwavering commitment to excellence in both written and spoken communication, she consistently delivers invaluable insights that resonates deeply during her career coaching sessions. Her ability to connect with her audience makes her a sought after mentor and guide in navigating the complexities of professional growth. Ruby ma'am, thank you once again for being with us today. We are eager to gain some valuable insights from your expertise. So, without any further ado, let's give the stage to you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Prashanti. You have already set the stage, and thank you for the heartwarming introduction. I will try to live up to it. So
Yes.
let's start by sharing the PPTs, and we'll get started. So as Prashanti has already set the stage, we are all ready to start on today's session. That is the future of human potential through collaboration and innovation. So let me take this beautiful approach of AI and human collaborating together. I'm going to start this with a beautiful quote by Mr. Karim Lakhani, who is a renowned professor at Harvard Business School. He has very rightly said that AI is not going to replace humans, but Humans with AI are going to replace humans without AI. So, with this beautiful quote by him, let's get started on today's session. So, the first thing that came to my mind when I was actually, working on this concept of AI and humans getting collaborated together in the workplace, the first thing that came to my mind is why welcome AI for innovation and growth in the workplace? We humans ourselves are sufficient, right? But as I started, researching, as I started learning more and more, studying more and more, I came to understand that this entire concept itself is not about, automating tasks or not about intelligence. It's about leveraging AI into our daily routine. And as Prashanti rightly said, AI is a powerful assistant. AI is our friend. It's not a competitor. So it's about augmenting human intelligence by leveraging AI into our daily work routine. For example, let me take two sectors, IT and marketing. Right now, you may say that what's new in that IT and marketing, they have already got, they are already one with AI. They have intertwined the AI DNA into themselves that they are now inseparable. Right? You're very right. But where lies the difference about welcoming AI for innovation and growth in the workplace when sectors like marketing and IT are concerned, and when jobs or the career paths like data scientist or digital specialist or AI robotics specialist, big data specialist. So these things are emerging right now. These are expected to rise sharply, but marketing and IT, they have already, they are already into IT and AI so much that it is difficult to separate it. So, how to make a difference? We have to embrace AI as a powerful assistant which is helping in our day-to-day work, right? What is the benefit? It is freeing our mind, our brains, our human brains are getting free to make more creative aspects out of those technical aspects of IT which were previously not possible because we were not getting the scope or time to do it. We have to focus on more strategic decisions. We have to focus on more higher value work. So by prioritizing this kind of adoption of AI into our daily lives, businesses or employees or freelancers, everybody can embrace growth. Everybody can be ready to foster innovation, more and more competitiveness, efficiency in our daily work. So having said that, these are all the more reasons that we should be ready to welcome AI for innovation and growth in our workplace. Now, having said that we are ready to welcome AI for innovation and growth in the workplace, the question arises how? How, as professionals, we can redefine our job responsibilities with AI. So, as I already discussed about IT and marketing in our last question, I am going to add another layer to it, human resources, because these three, information technology, marketing, and human resources, these three are the most, strongest pillars of any business organization. So we already saw that IT is intertwined with AI. IT has already taken up AI, but how to go to the next level, how to redefine the job responsibilities of professionals. So professionals nowadays, they are using AI powered information retrieval and artifact generation. They are leveraging these to analyze various devices and application data, knowledge based articles. They are summarizing devices, they are summarizing the key information to analyze the problem with whose help, with the step-by-step guidance of AI. They're able to escalate the resolution process. They're able to expedite it. For example, there is a thing called low and zero touch remote automation based remediation. So IT support agents are able to incorporate this in their daily task, and which is actually a part of the resolution. So with these, they are able to save time, they're able to expedite the process, expedite the resolution process, and able to give better solution to their customers, to their clients, and they are able to get the quality support of AI. They're able to improve their work. So again, the same thing that I brought out on the last slide, that they are able to foster creativity. They're able to nurture creativity and able to bring strategic thinking in their day-to-day routine activities, which previously was not possible. This is leading to increased productivity and engagement, right? So after IT, coming to marketing. Now, how marketing professionals are able to do it? Marketing professionals are extracting market data. They're able to follow the recent trends, the viral trends, the outliers, and they are able to arrive at insights by crunching those figures with the help of AI. They are able to arrive at insights, and they are getting the help in various aspects. For example, AI can help us to draft an email quickly, to make the various posts, creative posts for social media, and then pitch decks. So with the help of all these, we can streamline the content and make the material ready for various marketing campaigns out there, or for whatever things, for whatever reasons they require these resources. These are ready. They're able to save time and put that kind of energy to create insights, to attract customers, to be there, to increase their visibility. So that is how marketers, marketing professionals are using, they're redefining their job responsibilities with AI. Coming to human resources. So previously, what used to happen, there were some traditional, way out there. The resumes were taken and then those were analyzed. It was a bit of a time tedious task, and there was a possibility of, some kind of biases from the human mind. See, it's not that AI is not biased. I'm not saying that AI can definitely be biased depending upon the trainer, depending upon the environment, depending upon the conscious or unconscious bias that it has been trained with. So it's the responsibility of the trainer to create AI in such a way that it is helping the human resource professional out there, and they are able to boost productivity using things like HR enterprise to boost the productivity, and they are able to track employee request, any kind of cases that needs special attention, especially when it comes to hiring and promotion. It is making things easy. For example, there is a company called Pi Metrics, which is giving various assessments instead of just gauging at a candidate's resumes and being biased by the kind of language that is used or things like that. It is giving various assessments which is helping to gauge the actual capability of a candidate. Of course, resumes has to be skimmed, all the traditional things has to be there, but hand in hand, these kind of approaches has to go. For example, if there were any previous errors, if there were any previous biases, so those patterns can be rectified. First of all, those patterns has to be identified with the help of AI, then those patterns has to be rectified, and it has to make sure that these kind of practices are standardized, so that these practices take the shape of the next hiring process, the next recruitment process, the next talent hunt. So these are some of the processes by which AI can help to reduce the bias. So it is empowering the human workforce altogether in any work culture, in any given workspace. So after having learned about how professionals can redefine their job responsibilities with AI, it's time to ensure how AI can be given a human touch. Now, this thing can be divided into three different levels: leadership level, management level, and employee level. Now, at the leadership level, it is very, very necessary that the leaders are setting the stage, they are setting the tone, they are anticipating the market trends that is ongoing or which is going to be viral in the days to come. What can be good for my company or what can be good for my organization? See, at the leadership level, when you are incorporating AI with human touch, you have to think about two things: employee level and organizational level. So when it comes to the employee level, you have to think how my employees are going to react when we are incorporating a certain AI technology in our day-to-day work. How their training may get affected, how their output may get affected. Taking into consideration all those things, you have to align that with the organizational goal. Now, what is the ultimate goal of any business? Bottom line, right? So, how my bottom line is going to be impacted? So, these are some of the concepts a leadership, a person in that position, in that leadership position, has to think about to ensure that AI is getting incorporated in the organization, across the organization, with a human touch. It is having a focus on boosting performance, on enhancing productivity at the business level and as well as the employee level. Coming to management level, see, a person in the management level or even the management as a whole, what should be their ultimate idea? What should be their ultimate goal when it comes to ensuring AI has a human touch, or rather to initiate the practice of incorporating AI in their daily practice for the employees for across the organization. So they should be able to motivate the team members, the associates, the employees, whoever concerned, with the kind of energy that these employees, the team members, the associates are continuously able to reskill themselves. They are able to take up some kind of training, some kind of programs that they are upscaling themselves to the next level. There should be a constant mechanism of feedback or constant mechanism of, uh, you know, some energy should be there by which the leaders in the management, they are able to motivate, they're able to address any kind of uncertainty that the employees may have at their level with respect to AI. So efficient management and efficient leadership, these two things when goes hand in hand, it can definitely ensure that AI can be incorporated in the organizations with a human touch. Now, when it comes to the employee level, as an employee, what can we do to make the job of leadership or the management easy? We can make ourselves digitally literate. Now, what is digital literacy? Again, the same thing. Our thought process should be continually upscale ourselves so that we are able to work hand in hand with the latest AI technology. Digital literacy is something which is becoming indispensable in the days to come. It includes a more advanced understanding of AI concepts so that we can make our work easy, right? At the same time, employees also have to be very, very vigilant. As I already mentioned previously, just some time before, that consciously an employee has to mitigate the unconscious bias. The AI tool has to be trained in such a way that it is adhering to the company policies. It is adhering to all the compliance requirement, whatever prerequisites, depending upon national or international level, depending upon the industry, the sector, all these things should be complied to. As an employee, that should be our approach while incorporating AI with a human touch in our day-to-day work.
So these were some of the aspects that I wanted to share with you to ensure that AI has a human touch. Now that we are comfortable with welcoming AI in our daily work, we are thorough with how IT, marketing, and HR is incorporating AI. Then we know that how at the leadership level, at the management level, at the employee level, we can definitely use AI. So it's time to learn about the approaches that businesses can take to adopt AI for expansion and creativity. So the first important thing is to showcase the cooperative nature of AI. Friends, let's understand this with a very simple example. Say in a family of 3 to 4 people, when somebody, maybe the head of the family or the father figure or the father, husband, whoever it is, when they are very much tech savvy and they are constantly upgrading themselves with the latest technologies, they have all the education about, they have all the required information about how their family life can be upgraded with an AI tool or with any latest gadget. So definitely at this point of time, if it's a family of 3 to 4, it's possible that two of them will oppose the thought and the rest two of them will support it, or maybe two are opposing, one is little bit apprehensive, one is confused. So things like that happen. So vis-a-vis, if I take that example in the context of a business, of an organization, definitely when a new, such a strong concept called AI is being introduced in an organization, people will have apprehension. So here lies the job of the leaders, the job of the management to showcase the cooperative nature of AI. They have to make them tangibly understand that AI is not your enemy, it's not your competitor, it's your friend. It's there to boost your productivity, it's there to assist you to make your work easier, right? Then comes nurturing the curiosity about AI with teamwork. As I already said, people in the management position, they should be constantly enabling people, they should be constantly empowering people to have the appetite. Okay, what is this curiosity about AI? What is this all the buzz about AI? So they should be in a position to establish a workplace. Say for example, there is again a team. For in an office there is a team of 8 to 10 people, right? This is a definite chemistry that 3 to 4 team members in that particular team will be highly enthusiastic about AI. They will be all the time, okay, AI can do this, AI can do that, I am using this, what are you using, what are the prompts that you are giving, what is the prompt engineering? They will be into that, right? Next 3 to 4 people, they will work on a need to know basis. Okay, when time comes, I will do it, I will understand it, let me take one thing at a day. The next two of them, they will be highly they may highly try to avoid AI, or they may be highly apprehensive about it. They may think, okay, this is something that is going to eat up my job. No. As somebody in the leadership position, as somebody in the management, it's the duty to nurture this kind of curiosity that the first 3 to 4 person had, to bring that energy, to transmit that energy, and to create an equilibrium, to create a self-regulated ecosystem which can balance itself. And if not at the same level, at least those 10 people can balance each other when it comes to collaborating with AI, and when it comes to having a solid team dynamics, right? Then providing hands-on experience and training. Also, let me cite an example for this, because otherwise it becomes very boring, right? So in my last organization, I was invited for a training on AI prompt engineering, how to give better prompts so that our AI tools work better. So me and my teammates thought, okay, another training. It's okay. Anyways, it's a Friday afternoon, so we'll go there with in an AC setup. We'll sit and we'll enjoy. Some trainer will come, they will have some slides and we'll enjoy those. We'll have a lovely Friday lunch, we'll wrap it up and we'll go. So with that mindset, when we went there, first of all, we were said, open your laptops. We opened our laptops. We were said, open the particular AI tool. We opened it, and we were instructed step by step to give the prompts, to create a user persona, to actually refine the kind of prompts that we are giving, to get an outline, how to put our insights, how to slide in the statistics, and how to strike the perfect balance between AI and our human approach. So this kind of hands-on experience and training, you won't believe, friends, after say 15, 20 or another within first 30 minutes, we were all energized. We were so enthusiastic that we were like, okay, I am giving this prompt, what are you giving, what is your result? And it was like the entire atmosphere was beaming with energy. We were also enthusiastic, and till date those prompts help us like anything. So provide hands-on experience and training. Do not make it a boring session just with some PPTs and just one trainer comes and says something and goes away. No, hands-on experience in training is something that stays with a candidate, with an employee lifelong. Next is we have to incorporate AI in our routine functions, in our daily functions. It's okay to take baby steps. Let's start from the very foundational level. Let's start by drafting some emails, or creating some graphics for the creative post that goes on the social media handles of any particular organization. So with these smaller steps, we can always grow up, we can always rise up to that level which is desirable from the management. Then if always such hands-on experience or training may not be possible, in such cases we can have workshops, we can have online training. The employees must be encouraged to take up continuous learning courses to reskill themselves. So this can be appreciated with maybe some kind of incentives, or some kind of acknowledgement. They are getting some employee of the week or employee of the month, whatever it is. So these kind of practices will definitely lead the employees, the team members, to come up to that level which is desirable when it comes to collaborating with AI. Last but not the least, it is very important to facilitate open dialogue and input. So one good way of doing this is say weekly once. It's best to have at the end of the week, weekly once, there should be a open forum, an open meeting wherein all the employees will just come and they can share, along with the management people, along with the leaders, they can share what is it that they did throughout the week with AI, how they used, what were the prompts that they're using, what is one new thing that they came up, they didn't knew about it and they had this idea, they improved it. What are some new things, to get some figures, to arrive at some data fast. So with these kind of competitive insights, with this kind of open dialogue and input, definitely when we will sum up all this, the composite figure of energy, the composite figure of information that the team will have, it's like the sky can be the limit in such cases. So with these approaches, definitely businesses can smoothen the adoption of AI for expansion and creativity. So once things are getting into shape, slowly things are falling into place, but there will always be some concerns to be addressed for an AI driven workforce. As I already said, in a family of 3 to 4. So imagine the boomerang when it falls in an organization where there are 10,000 plus employees. So what can be some concerns and how to address them? The first and the foremost important concerns that is like, viral. It's like, is AI going to eat up my job? Is AI going to displace me? No, the answer is no. AI cannot displace us completely, but we have to constantly upgrade so that we are able to work hand in hand with AI. Growing skill gap. Now, what is this growing skill gap? It is like, for example, if we are, doing some work with the help of AI, AI is giving us better insights, but we are not in a position to comprehend it. We are not in a position to understand the speed, or we are not in a position to understand the swiftness. So what can be done? Again, continuous education, continuous training should be there. The employees, they themselves have to take the initiative that I have to come up with that level, that at least in my given job description or scope of work, I should excel, I should be in a position to use AI to make the best out of it. Then a very important concern that comes up nowadays is the digital divide. Now, what is this digital divide? Friends, we saw that AI is being used across sectors like marketing, IT, human resources, and so on. But still, there are certain industries, there are certain sectors where the touch of AI is a bit lesser, not to the expected level, though it may rise to that level in the days to come. But still, as of now, there are some sectors, for example, the manufacturing sector. So there are certain sectors like that, and there are certain underserved communities which are still yet to come at par with the other sectors. So this leads to creation of a something called digital divide. So what can be done? What can be done to address this? So digital literacy is something that should be made available to all. We should be in a position to democratize digital literacy. AI education and tools should be accessible to all, as in to the relevant people. I mean, whatever is applicable, say to a marketer, those tools, those resources should be, accessible for them. So by approaching things in this manner, by adopting this kind of approach, we can not if totally make it zero, but at least we can try to reduce, we can try to minimize the kind of digital divide that is getting created. Then, as I already said, AI will always have bias. It will always have some concerns regarding fairness. Now, what to do that? How to minimize it? What to do about this? So, things like this can be, very, very dangerous at times, because, for example, there was this research, there was a survey by ETS. So, what they did, they actually did two sets of the same evaluation. So they made their AI tool to analyze 13,000 essays by a given set of demographic people. These AI tool constantly, they ranked these essays very low. But whereas when the same thing was done by the human counterpart, this was ranked higher. Let me name that particular demography. It was essays by the African American students. So what happened? It was bringing their morale down. It was invading the trust that we are placing in an AI tool. So by constantly upgrading the approach, by making it exposed to a variety of background, to a wide variety of candidates, a variety of data sets, we can gradually we can try to mitigate the bias that often AI gets it through the atmosphere, in the atmosphere which it has been trained. Next is accountability and ethics. There is a famous saying that with great power comes great responsibility, right? So definitely when we are getting a powerful assistant called AI, there should be some kind of accountability, that who is responsible if something goes wrong. What should be the ethics protocol to be followed in case things are not desired, things are not getting up to the desirable levels. So these are some of the concerns. Yes, we have too much dependence on technology is also a concern. At times, it is being seen that people are over relying on AI technology and they are not applying this human insight, which is the greatest gift of nature. And they are just, giving, putting the brains at rest. No, that is not desirable. That is actually a concern, and we cannot totally rely on AI. Too much dependence will definitely dilute the productivity, will dilute the results, which is not desirable by any management. And then ultimately it will affect the workplace dynamics. Some morale will come down, somebody's privacy will be invaded, somebody's trust will be broken, somebody may feel I am not that competent. So these are some of the concerns which has to be addressed if we want to establish an AI driven workforce, an AI driven work culture. Now coming to the most interesting part, which I'm very passionate about, which I'm very enthusiastic about, is the examples. These colorful examples really set the tone for such sessions. So which is the first example that we have today? It is the Heathrow Airport. Needless to say, I hope this name needs no introduction. So Heathrow Airport in London, it operates approximately 1,300 flights every day, servicing around 1 lakh travelers, out of which 90% are international travelers. Now try to understand the magnitude of customer service required, the quantity of footfalls, the type of people that needs to be, service, that needs, whose concerns needs to be addressed at that level. So Heathrow Airport, what it did, it gauged the transformative potential of AI very early on, and it has incorporated it, adopted this model into its customer service levels to to address customer queries, to automatically summarize cases, to improve the ongoing operations, to analyze various incidents, and to get the best out of it. So what it did, it gradually, it has reduced the workload on its agents, and the augmentation that this AI has given to the human capabilities, those people are able to serve specialized individuals or any kind of specialized focused incidents that requires that human touch, that requires special creativity, special hospitality. They are able to focus their energy for that things. So AI is taking care of the rest of it. Next on the platter, this is my personal favorite, is H&M, the global retail giant H&M. Friends, let me spin a small story before I jump into this example. How many of us enjoy shopping? Mostly everybody, right? And just get back to those days when we used to go to malls and we used to carry 3 4 outfits. We used to go to changing rooms, we try and we'll see how we look. Suddenly we'll feel confident, and just we will feel like going to a party, or maybe more passionate about hosting an event. Now, even though the mechanism has changed, the online counterpart is there. We have website, we have apps, we have portals, we have so many things, but still that shopping energy still we maintain, right? So H&M has tapped this human interest very cleverly, and it has tried to incorporate AI in its website so that it helps the customers to actually improve their shopping experience with AI, helping them what they're actually looking for. So with this kind of practices, they have improved their output to a whooping 70%. When it comes to mobile apps, they have created a voice assistant, AI powered voice assistant, which actually empowers the customer to search for anything with their own voice. Just imagine how empowered, how special you feel when you are able to just pop into an app and you say something and it brings out your required results. So how wonderful, how cool is that, right? So with these kind of collaborations with AI, H&M has taken its productivity to a next level altogether. Now, coming to the application of this collaboration of AI and human to healthcare, which is one of the brilliant collaboration. We can also understand how AI is helping us. Doctors, physicians, technicians, they are getting assisted, they are not getting replaced, right? Let me cite you one example. In the case of breast cancer, AI helps to elevate the survival chances by 5 years in about 90% cases. How? Because it is able to come up with those kind of insights. It is able to process those diagnostic images, those minute details which sometimes it's possible that the human eyes may elude. Even in the cases of other types of cancers, in the cases of heart ailments, AI is helping the doctors to come up with specialized treatment methodology, specialized line of treatment, so that they are able to focus on the more strategic part of it, on the more implementation part of it, how to give a particular treatment, how a patient will respond to this treatment. So all these strategic decisions are being made by the doctors because they are free of the rest of the technical part of it, right? Then a classic example lies where GE Healthcare collaborated with NVIDIA to come up with a diagnostic imaging. And that too, it came up at a time when there was an acute shortage of technicians. The doctors were not able to uh, fulfill the requirement. There was such high demand, 3 to 5% annually. There was an increase in imaging technique requirements. There was so much to do, and the present workforce was not able to give the required results. So GE Healthcare, along with collaboration with NVIDIA, has come up with certain breakthrough innovative results that it is able to process 1.2 million anonymized images annually. Just think about the beauty of it. And then not only in medical, or not only in aviation, travel, hospitality giant, this retail giant like H&M, we have the application, the collaboration of AI in project management tools like ClickUp. Then sky is the limit, as I'm saying again and again, in financial sectors where we have document forgery, we have so much, online, so much theft is going on. So organizations like Bank of America, they came up with their own AI powered chatbot Erica in 2018, which till date has served over 10 million customers. So I hope these kind of examples are making things clearer for you more and more, right? Now that we have known so much about, how to address the concerns, how to incorporate AI, how to be more and more vigilant while using AI, it's time to create a future ready workforce. But how to do it? It's by establishing clear roles, recognizing the limitations, and deploying the AI ethically. So, how to establish clear rules? Friends, we all have our strengths. Again, I would like to take the example like as a manager, what is the role of a manager? To identify the strength of each and every individual in a team. In a team, there can be people who are good at content, who are good at design. Somebody is good technologically. Somebody is good at marketing, somebody is good at running the campaigns, somebody is good at admin. So as a manager, the strength lies in identifying the respective capabilities and put it to best possible use to get the desirable results. Vis-a-vis, when it comes to collaborating with AI, it's very much important to establish clear roles. What an AI can do better and what a human can do good or better or best. So, for example, automating the repetitive tasks like data entry or creating invoices, that can be done with an AI tool. But when it comes to empathy, when it comes to giving that human approach, when it comes to giving that one-to-one attention, there lies the importance of a human. So it's good to compartmentalize. It's always good to have concrete divisions. AI is good at one thing, human is good at one thing. Let's club those and get the best possible desired results. Then recognizing the limitations. Now, how do we do that? How do we recognize the limitations? By putting AI constantly to use, by getting the feedbacks from various departments. Okay, what are the hurdles that you are facing? What are the hiccups that maybe the engineering department or maybe the animation department or maybe the design people are giving? So with these kind of feedbacks and having established clear roles, it's time to deploy AI ethically, right? So how to do that? How to deploy AI ethically? Businesses should and must, adhere to the compliance, as I already said. They should have a privacy policy. They should have clear cut mention of how a particular data is being stored, how it is being processed, what is the purpose, what are the results, and how any particular information is being stored for future users as well. So these, with these kind of approaches, with these kind of practices, it's very much possible to have a future ready workforce. So with AI, we have to shape the intelligent age rather than getting shaped by it. We have to assess the human and AI skills. We have to tap on the adaptability of each of this. We have to understand the resilience of each of this. We have to then finally come to a platform where both of them can communicate and build a relation which can yield the best possible results for any given organization. Now, as we have spoken so much about it, it's also important to understand the final implementation from a leadership aspect. Although we have already seen like the leadership role, the management role, the employee role, but the ultimate leadership approach of using AI kind of creates the aura. It kind of sets the tone, it sets the example to those. See, mostly there are two kinds of people, those who are comfortable with using AI and those who are not comfortable with using AI. So as a leader, our approach should be to motivate the other set of people who are not much comfortable using AI and to take the first set of people to even higher levels. Now, how can leaders do this? See, as leaders, it is very important to first observe a given set of people. There can be some employees, some team members who may think out of their uh, lack of exposure or lack of the desired training. They may think that if they're using AI, they are cheating their organization. Then there is another set of people who think that better than using AI, I can do it on my own. Using AI is like a wastage of time. And the third set of people is like, I don't want to use AI at all. I'm good at what I'm doing and I will continue doing that. So as leaders, it's time to First, as I said, observe, that falls in the experiment phase. As leaders, the second one, that is motivate, it is very much essential to create a visibility by using ourselves, by bringing out the improvement, by bringing out the fruitful results of using AI, how our productivity is getting boosted, how we can enhance the output, how we can take our thinking, that aura, to the next level. And as leaders, we should initiate that practice at the very instance, at the very first option that is possible to use as a leader. And after doing all these things, it is time to take it to the next level to enhance it. So how to do all these things? So as a leader, a powerful way to move your people is telling them that don't use AI, collaborate with it. You have to set examples. For example, one of the research, it brings about a fact that if you're using AI in a day-to-day basis, an employee can save up to 55% of their task-based time. So, for example, if an employee takes around 8 to 9 hours to complete a shift per day, so suppose if they are able to cut down each task by, say, let's say 30 to 40%, even still they are, at the end of the day, if they are able to complete their shift by 6.5 or say 6.9 hours, still they have 1 hour in hand. So in this 1 hour, they can always think about some strategy, they can think about some creativity, or at the best, they can go back, revisit whatever they did throughout the day. If there are any errors, they can try to rectify that, they can try to edit it, put things into place, and they can close the day on a more satisfied and fulfilled note, on a more positive note than ever. So as a leader, what you can do, what are some of the practices? So consider, some channels like maybe weekly newsletter, or some meetings, or some staff meetings that can be done over any platforms, or some online virtual motivational practices, anything and everything which is there to support AI collaboration with human can be done by leaders, depending on the context, depending upon how comfortable the employees are with that particular practice. So what happens when leaders foster this kind of a culture? They are leading the employees to that path which is paving the way for the next level of success. So without this kind of support from the leadership, it is not possible. There is a saying that lead by example. So you have to remember this as the leader. What should be your leadership approach? First, you have to show the results, you have to show the improvement, how much time you are able to save, and then only you can motivate your team, you can motivate your organization, or the people who are reporting to you. So don't use AI, try to collaborate with it. Friends, as we have covered most of it, it's time to put it into practical use, our something that is very relevant to our daily life, or something which is relevant to why we are attending this webinar, this kind of session. So what are the career paths that can be pursued by collaborating with AI in 2025? Career paths are enormous. The potential is enormous. You can be a machine learning engineer, you can be a data scientist, an AI research scientist, AI ethics and policy specialist, AI engineer for robotics. But is that enough to know the names? No. We have to understand the role. We have to understand the skills behind, getting into such roles. We have to understand the best practices, how I can be a machine learning engineer, or how I can be best at something which I'm doing. For example, suppose if I'm a machine learning engineer, what are the skills I should have? First of all, you have to understand what a machine learning engineer does. They are developing algorithms. They are continuously, developing algorithms for predictions. So what skills are required for this? Python, ML frameworks you should be aware about. You should know TensorFlow or PyTorch or cloud computing. So these are some of the skills. Now, what are some of the best practices? It can be to participate in Kaggle competitions, or to network with people, to join the latest communities, to have an idea about the latest research papers. So these are some of the best practices. So similarly, if you are going to be an AI ethics and policy specialist, what are the prerequisites, or no, what are the desirable skills that you should have? You should have thorough idea about the compliance, the policies, AI ethics. You should be in a position to help somebody with policy making, communicate it properly, adhere to the national and international required compliance. So things like that. These kind of, having an idea of these kind of skills are the best practices. For example, you should have some kind of online portfolio which shows your best work, or you should be in a position to get some internships that is empowering you, that is empowering your skills. So these kind of things should be in your mind when you are trying to pursue a career path collaborating with AI, right? Then there are AI engineer for robotics, there are data scientists. So what is good for a data scientist? What does a data scientist do? Data scientists are, as the name suggests, they are analyzing data. They are coming at various insights, various figures that any business might require. Then AI research scientists. So these kind of, you have to stay informed about the ongoing practices that can be best for your job or career path that you're taking. Now that we have almost covered everything, it's time to reflect on the career prospects ahead by collaborating with AI, both in India as well as abroad. So speaking about overseas, the US Bureau of Labor and Statistics came up with a very interesting figure. It says that between 2021 and 2031, computer and AI research scientists are going to get, they are going to create jobs like that is going to grow by about 21%. Coming to India, a survey by ServiceNow and Pearson, they came up with a figure that is so astonishing. It says in India alone, 2.73 million jobs are going to be created by 2028. Rest of it, like system software developers, data engineers, web developers, data analysts, if all these kind of jobs, approximately various surveys, all these report that approximately 45 to 50,000 jobs are going to be created on an year-on-year basis. So just think about it, just understand that whatever we are doing, collaborate in collaboration with AI is for the best out of it. And AI is there to enhance our productivity, to help us, to assist us. It is not there to, displace us or, consume our jobs. So with that kind of a positive note, I want to thank Education Nest. I want to thank this great esteemed organization to give me this wonderful platform where I was able to share my insights. And now I hand over the stage to Prashanti for taking it further.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. That was really a wonderful session, and
Thank
thank
you,
you so much
Prashanti.
for sharing, such thought-provoking knowledge with us today. And now, without any delay, let's dive into the part where we all have been waiting for, the question and answer session, of course. And we received some fantastic questions from our attendees. So let's get started. Ma'am, we have
Sure,
some
sure,
beautiful
sure.
questions from the attendees. So your first question says, is AI always right?
Uh, See, Prashanti, as humans, are we always right in everything that we do in our, day-to-day life? No, right? So
Hmm.
AI is not no exception. AI, the word itself is artificial intelligence. So AI, it's highly possible that AI may not always be right, but yes, it depends. Things are like most of the times things are better. So as humans,
Hmm.
ultimately we have been gifted by the nature with this brain, right? So it's our responsibility to double check the privacy policy to understand how the data is being stored, how it is
Hmm.
being processed, what is the purpose behind it. And finally we should ourselves be very careful, very cautious. We should not share any kind of personal identifiable information such as passwords or OTPs or whatever it is. So
Hmm.
by doing things like that, by doing double checking, we can be sure that we are able to tap the best out of AI.
Okay.
So that is what I want to say here.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And like when we are, seeing the next question, it says, it is safe. Is it safe to use AI? With this question, I have another question. Recently, in all platforms, this Ghibli trend is being, it's trending a lot. So some people are saying that it is not safe for us to give our identity, our pictures, and all to AI to recreate our pictures in Ghibli style. Do you think it is safe?
See, again, I would like to say the same thing. Like, as we see that AI is not always right, AI
Hmm.
can have its own hallucinations, right? So it's always better to double check things,
Hmm.
right? And these inaccuracies are mostly far and few. Mostly AI is right, but yeah, it may be possible. So it's always good to read the disclaimer. Whatever tool or whatever technology that we are going to use, it's always better to revisit the privacy policy, to
Hmm.
read the disclaimer and make an informed decision. At the end of the day, we are humans.
Yeah.
So the responsibility lies on us, right?
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for answering that. And we have another question, which says, which leading companies are collaborating with AI and would be great to work with?
Okay, so some great names, the obvious names that comes to my mind right now is Google, then we have Apple, we have Meta, we have Amazon.
Hmm.
And initially, when ChatGPT came in 2022, OpenAI was the pioneer there.
Hmm.
So OpenAI with its image generation thing called Dolly, and then it has its voice generation tool called Sora. So initially, OpenAI was the pioneer. It then collaborated with many other companies. Then Microsoft came with Copilot, and
Hmm.
recently, as I said, we have in the tier one cities, in the metros, in tech hubs like Bangalore and Hyderabad, we have Google, we have Meta, Amazon, Adobe. So these are some of the great companies to work with.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for answering that. And we have another question. It says, what are some of the most effective methods for utilizing AI?
Yeah, so as I already brought out, throughout the webinar, we discussed again
Hmm.
and again that AI is there to help us with the repetitive task, for example, like data entry or creating invoices. So that's to improve our decision making, right? As I quoted the Heathrow Airport example. So when it is helping, for example, a customer service, right? So what happens at times, even let's forget about the such a big massive example of Heathrow. Just take a common simple example. If I am ordering groceries on a simple online app, right? So at times there are some issues. The order is not there on time, or we are not able to track it. But the AI chatbot that we are interacting with, it has limited 4 to 5 options, and poor that AI chatbot comes again and again with those repetitive options, and as
Hmm.
customers, we get frustrated. So herein the human interaction comes, right? A human is coming and taking the that interaction to the required that resource or to the required retarget. So these are some of the balance, like we have to provide maybe customer service up to a certain level, right? Data entry up to a certain level till where it is repetitive and it can be automated. But when it comes to creativity, when it comes to strategic decision making, when it requires a one-on-one human approach, I think we humans are the best. So it should be, it's not that there are some defined ways of utilizing AI. It's like depending upon the context, the effectiveness, the efficiency depends. So that is what I want to close it with.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And we have one last question for this session. It says,
Yeah.
will artificial intelligence take over jobs from humans?
So again, it's the one and the same thing. I don't think so. It is going to, take away, as long as humans we are reskilling ourselves, we are upscaling ourselves, we are on the constant path of learning. AI cannot take away our jobs. In fact, it is there to help us. It is there to optimize the work that we are doing, right? So as long as we ourselves are not making us obsolete, AI cannot take away our jobs, right?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your patience as you address all these questions from our lovely attendees. And on behalf of all of us, a heartfelt thank you for your valuable insights and perspectives on AI empowering human potential through collaboration and innovation. Your expertise has truly made the session memorable. Thank you so much, ma'am. And to
Thank you,
our
Prashanti.
amazing attendees, your energy, curiosity, and thought provoking questions made all the difference. We hope today's session leaves you with fresh ideas and practical takeaways to apply in your professional journey. And before we say goodbye, I encourage you to stay connected with Education Nest for more insightful discussions. Follow us on all social media platforms, stay updated on our upcoming webinars, and keep learning. Take care and have a fantastic day ahead. Bye bye. Meet you in the next session.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am.